Or what? Hold on. What is happening? This is sad. Okay, pop out. Move to there. I need to have my video feed on. I just lost my feed. Oh, it's freaking hilarious. Hold on one second. Oh yeah, because we moved channels. That's why. So I need that. Hey, there we go. We can see me now. Hey everyone. So sorry. I can't believe I just idiot myself like that. Welcome to officially the first open script reading that we're doing. I would like to welcome the one person that signed up for this time, Ness1228, if you want to say hello.
Hello!
All right, so for fun, I ended up keeping pretty much everything private up until now. So here's the script that we are going to be reading. We are going to be actually starting off with a pilot episode. I figure it would be perfect for the first script reading, is for Futurama, the episode Space Pilot 3000. So I am going to helps if I click the right things. I'm going to reveal the roles on stream and reopen my notepad because I accidentally closed it, so I can give Ness his cast list. But basically what I ended up doing, I tried to split this up as evenly as I could counting lines, with the exception of the narrator and the main character. So in terms of what we'll be voicing, so for myself, I will be voicing the narrator, Mr. Panucci, Michelle, Lou, man number 2, Bender, woman, Richard Nixon, Earl, and Professor Farnsworth. Ness will be voicing Philip J. Fry, boy, bike thief, Terry, the female lead, Taranga Leela, man number 1, the suicide booth, Mr. Ipke, Leonard Nimoy, Smitty, and Dick Clark.
You gave
So,
me a Leela? Oh no!
I mean, you have Fry as well, so you're going to be talking
Oh,
to yourself a
no.
lot.
Oh no!
So go ahead.
To drink.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Ness, I posted the list in the Discord chat just in case, right? For you.
Put it in a text file for my own convenience, so I can stare at it alongside the script.
All right, so the good thing is when it comes to that list, I put it all in order of when they're gonna be voiced. So like the narrator is gonna be first for me. Panucci's like the second character that's gonna show up. Like man number 2 won't be until the 5th character, so you can kind of think ahead of how you're gonna do some voices. So, all right. So if we are ready,
I'm about as ready as I'll ever be.
Space Pilot 3000 scene. The caption, December 31st, 1999, comes up and a crewed spaceship flies through space, cruising over and under planets. Voiceover.
Space. It seems to go on and on forever. But then you get to the end and the gorillas start throwing barrels at you.
A planet opens up and a huge gorilla starts throwing barrels at the spaceship. It dodges a few, but one hits and it explodes. The gorilla thumps its chest and game over flashes on the screen. The spaceship and gorilla isn't real, and Fry is playing an arcade game called Monkey Fracas Jr. He wears a red jacket and has orange hair with 2 distinct forks at the front. A boy stands next to him. The game is against the wall of a pizzeria called Panucci's Pizza.
And that's how you play the game. You stink, loser!
Panucci, a middle-aged balding man wearing a vest, leans over the counter with the pizza box. Hey, Fry! Pizza going out! Come on! Fry sighs, takes the pizza from him, and walks out. Scene, New York City street. Fry cycles past people outside O'Grady's pub enjoying their new Millennium Eve. A cab pulls up and he sees his girlfriend inside.
Michelle, baby, where are you going?
It's not working out, Fry. Next to her is a guy with his arm around her. The cab pulls away, shouting from cab, I put your stuff out on the sidewalk! Time lapse. Rip Fry. Time lapse. Fry is still on his bike getting more and more depressed.
I hate my life. I hate my life. I hate my life.
Cut to outside Applied Cryogenics. He stops outside a building and locks up his bike. A man sneaks up behind him, cuts the chain, and steals his bike.
Happy New Year!
Scene, Applied Cryogenics corridor. Fry steps out of the elevator on the 64th floor. He knocks on a door marked Applied Cryogenics. A sign underneath indicates no power failure since 1990, sign 7. There is no response at the door and Fry goes in. Cut to Applied Cryogenics freezer room. The room is empty and there are no lights on. Strange pods about 6 feet tall line one of the walls. There are a few other machines around the room and a desk and a chair in the middle of the room. Fry wipes some condensation from a window on one of the pods, revealing the face of an inanimate man inside. He turns around.
Hello? Pizza delivery for,
He reads the delivery note.
Icy Wiener? Ah, crud. I always thought at this point in my life, I'd be the one making the crank calls.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's crowd, so that's just going to be both of us. Let's see. He sits down on the chair and puts his feet on the desk and opens a can of beer.
Here's to another lousy millennium.
He unenthusiastically raises his hand and toasts. Cut to Times Square. Crowds have gathered for the countdown. 10 appears on a huge screen, chanting,
10!
10! Cut to Paris. A screen on the Eiffel Tower displays 9, chanting,
9!
9! Cut to Vatican City. The Pope holds up a sign with Roman numeral 8 on it, chanting, 8! Cut to Egypt. Egyptians crowd around the pyramids, chanting, Sabah! Cut to Athens. People are gathered around the Parthenon. This is so ridiculous. Chanting, Exi! Cut to Great Wall of China, chanting, Woo! Cut to Taj Mahal, chanting,
Char!
Char!
Wow.
Char! Cut to African. I'm sorry, that was bad. Cut to African village, chanting, Datu! Cut to Tokyo. A screen displays 2, chanting, Ni! Oh, come on, you should know that. Scene from space, the whole planet sees in the new millennium, chanting, 1! Cut to Applied Cryogenics freezer room. Fry unenthusiastically blows a noisemaker and starts losing his balance on the chair. It tips back. Fry waves his arms around trying to regain his balance. As he falls, he doesn't see the shadow of a small creature under the desk. The chair tips back and Fry falls off it and rolls backwards into his cryogenic freezer, number 40. The dial on the machine automatically sets itself for 1,000 years.
What the?
He looks around and screams. Uh-oh, you're not going to scream?
Ah!
In a flash, he is frozen in time. If it gives a cue like that, I'm going to let you do it. So.
Okay, duly noted. It wasn't in the script.
It technically is.
Shut
It says
up!
he screams. Time lapse. Days and nights and eventually years pass out of the time machine as he stays locked in the freezer. Civilization is destroyed by aliens twice until eventually huge buildings spring up around Applied Cryogenics. The timer stops 1,000 years later and the door opens. Fry is unfrozen. Initially disoriented, he stumbles around and notices something to his right. He presses his face against a large window and stares in awe.
My God! It's the future! My parents, my coworkers, my girlfriend, I'll never see any of them again. Wow!
Oh, I always love that joke, though. Opening credits. Caption. In color. Scene. Applied Cryogenics freezer room. Fry continues looking out of the window. The door opens and two shadows walk in.
Welcome!
Melodramatically,
Welcome to the world of tomorrow!
the other shadow turns on the light. They are lab technicians, both wearing white lab coats. The dramatic one, Terry, is a blonde Caucasian with large glasses. The other, Lou, is a black-haired Asian. Why do you always have to say it that way?
Haven't you ever heard of a thing called showmanship?
He turns to Fry, dramatically.
Come, your destiny awaits.
Scene, applied cryogenics corridor. The technicians leave Fry outside the Fate Assignment Officer's office. Have a nice future. The door slides open.
Cool, just like in Star Trek.
The door closes on his head. Cut to applied cryogenics. Ooh, the fun part begins. Fate Assignment Officer's office. A woman wearing a black uniform stands with her back to Fry looking at a clipboard. She has a purple hair held up in a ponytail.
Good afternoon, sir. It's my only real voice. Shut up.
Fry's impressed with what he sees. Leela turns around. She has one huge eye in the middle of her face. Fry screams.
Name? Fry. I'm Leela. Now, it's New Year's Eve, so I'd like to decide your fate quickly and get out of here. Can I ask you a question? As long as it's not about my eye. It's about my eye? Sort of.
Leela sighs.
Just ask a question. What's with the eye? I'm an alien, all right? Now let's drop the subject. Cool, an alien. Has your race ever taken over Earth? No, I just work here.
Fry looks out the window. A passing blimp displays Happy New Year 3000. Leela follows his gaze.
Wait a minute. Is that blimp accurate? Yep. It's December 31st, 2999. My God. A million years. I'm sure this must be very upsetting for you. You know, I guess it should be, but actually, I'm glad. I had nothing to live for in my old life. I was broke, I had a humiliating job, and I was beginning to suspect my girlfriend might be cheating on me. Well, at least here you'll be treated with dignity. Now strip naked and get on the probulator.
Oh my god! It's awesome to actually see the Fry lines. Like, they're just great, honestly. Scene, applied cryogenics, probulator room. Fry lies on a metal table surrounded by probing equipment. Leela puts a single lens goggle on and presses a button. Fry squeaks. Time lapse. Leela tears off a printout and reads it while Fry starts to get dressed.
Interesting. Your DNA test shows one living relative. He's your great.
Time lapse. Fry is now fully dressed.
Great nephew. That's great. What's the little guy's name? Professor Hubert Farnsworth.
She turns the page over to show Fry the photo. Farnsworth is an old, bald man who wears thick glasses.
Ugh.
Scene, apply cryogenics. Fate Assignment Officer's office. Leela types something on a computer.
You know, I'm the luckiest guy in the whole future. I've been given a second chance, and this time I'm not going to be a total loser.
A buzzer buzzes.
What's that? Your permanent career assignment.
She turns the screen around to show him his career. Career, delivery boy, is displayed on the screen.
Delivery boy? No, not again. Please, anything else.
He grabs Leela's hand.
Take your hands off me. You've been assigned the job you're best at, just like everyone else. What if I refuse? Then you'll be fired. Fine. Out of a cannon into the sun. But I don't like being a delivery boy. Oh, that's tough. Lots of people don't like their jobs, but we do them anyway.
She points at a poster of a man wearing a hard hat with the caption, "You gotta do what you gotta do."
You gotta do what you gotta do. Now hold out your hand. I'm gonna implant your career chip. It'll permanently label you as a delivery boy.
She picks up an implant gun. It has two huge spikes on the end.
Keep that thing away from me.
He gets up and runs out of the room. Cut to applied cryogenics corridor. He runs from the office. Cut to applied cryogenics freezer room. Leela runs in after Fry, and he dodges the implant gun.
Hold still, damn it! I don't have a good depth perception.
Sorry, I was trying to take a drink right then, too.
Good luck.
Poor timing. She jumps at Fry, misses, and falls into a cryogenic freezer. It sets itself for 1,000 years.
You've till the count of 5 to let me out of here. 1.
In a flash, he is frozen.
See you in 1,000 years.
He starts to walk out, but hesitates. He walks back and changes the freeze time to 5 minutes.
You owe me one.
Scene, New York, New York City Street. Wow, that's going to take getting used to. Fry runs out of the building and looks in awe at the sights around him.
Whoa!
Spaceships take off. There are traffic jams in the sky and billboards advertising bachelor chow. A couple walk past him nearly naked except for strategically placed black bars. He looks up and sees people flying through a green tube overhead. He walks around a corner and finds an entrance to the tube. A pedestrian steps in.
JFK.
Just skipped a man. Sorry.
JFK Junior Airport.
Oh, okay. I see what they did. Okay, so you're supposed to read the second one. I get it.
Oh, what? Oh.
I never noticed that the first time.
Oh shit. I'm confused now. Oh no.
So Radio City is what you say.
Radio City Mutant Hall.
The man is sucked up into the tube.
Oh.
He steps into the tube.
Crosstown Express.
The tube sucks him up and he screams as he flies through it. People look up from the street and stare at him. He is taken across the city, past the Statue of Liberty. You can keep screaming if you want. Underwater, and finally out the other end, back into a building. A man looks up from his newspaper. Tourist. Time lapse. A hover car flies over a line of traffic on the road, and a police car chases it. Fry walks around the corner and sees a line of people outside a small gray booth.
Hey, a phone booth. I can call my nephew.
An impatient robot joins the queue behind him. It is more or less human-shaped, gray, with an antenna on top of its head.
Wow, a real live robot. Or is that some kind of cheesy New Year's costume?
Bite my shiny metal ass. Fry looks at the robot's ass.
Doesn't look so shiny to me.
Shinier than yours, meatbag. Fry steps into the booth, overlooking the sign on the side that says suicide booth. Cut to suicide booth. Fry presses a button and nothing happens. The robot steps in behind him. Listen, buddy, I'm in a hurry here. Let's try for a twofer. He puts a coin on a string in the slot and then pulls it out again and chuckles. A pleasant woman's voice speaks.
Please select mode of death. Quick and painless or slow and horrible. Yeah, I'd like the place to collect call. You have selected slow and horrible.
Great choice! Knives, tasers, and Jacob's ladders come out from behind a hatch. Bring it on, baby! Fry screams. Time lapse. The robot is getting impatient. Come on, come on! Kill me already! By the way, my name's Bender. He holds out his hand.
Help! What's happening?
The sharp objects move forward. Fry pushes Bender to the side of the booth. The sharp things stab and twist at the air and finally return to behind the hatch.
You are now dead. Thank you for using Stop and Drop, America's favorite suicide booth since 2008.
Cut to New York City Street. Fry runs out, gasping. Lousy, stinking ripoff. He kicks the booth. Well, I didn't have anything else planned for today. Let's go get drunk. Scene. Applied cryogenics. Freezer room. The timer on Leela's chamber runs out. The door opens and she defrosts.
2, 3, hey!
Melodramatically.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow! Shut up, Harry!
Scene. Applied cryogenics. Ipke's office. Leela's boss sits behind a large desk and she stands in front of it.
Okay, nothing. This is unacceptable, Layla. You must find this Mr. Fry and install his chip. Look, he's just a nobody who doesn't want to be a delivery boy. I'd really rather not force it on him. Well, that's your job, whether you like it or not. And it's my job to make sure you do your job, whether I like it or not. Wish I do, very much. Now get to work.
Leela leaves. He puts his feet up on his desk.
Life is good.
Scene: Ozorgnax's pub. Fry and Bender sit at the bar. Bender drinks a bottle of old Fortran malt liquor. Sorry.
Why would a robot need to drink?
I don't need a drink. I can quit anytime I want. He belches fire. Wow, that was awful, but whatever. So, they made you a delivery boy, huh? Man, that's as bad as my job.
Really? What do you do, Bender?
I'm a bender. I bend girders. That's all I'm programmed to do.
You any good at it?
You kidding? I was a star. I could bend a girder to any angle. 30 degrees, 32 degrees, you name it. Unsure. 31. Normal. But I couldn't go on living once I found out what the girders were for. Oh my god.
What?
Suicide booths. He finishes his drink and swallows the bottle. Well, Fry, it was a pleasure meeting you. I'm gonna go kill myself. He gets up.
Wait, you're the only friend I have.
You really want a robot for a friend?
Yeah, ever since I was 6.
Well, okay. But I don't want people thinking we're robosexuals. So if anyone asks, you're my debugger. Fry looks out the window and sees Leela.
Oh no, it's the Cyclops.
He crouches down behind Bender.
Don't look.
I'm not looking. His eyes zoom into Leela. Cut to outside Ozorgnax's pub. Leela shows Fry's photo to a man. The man points to him inside the pub. Fry and Bender run off. Leela talks her into her wrist communicator.
This is Officer 1BDI requesting backup.
The cops, Smitty and the human, Smitty the human and Earl the robot, URL Earl the robot, are standing right behind Leela. Smitty replies in his wrist communicator.
We'll be there in 5 minutes.
Scene outside the head museum. Bender stops Fry outside the building. We can hide in here. It's free on Tuesdays. He runs up the steps, dragging Fry behind him. Cut to head museum. Hundreds of heads in jars are stacked on shelves. Leonard Nimoy's head in a jar is on a platform in the middle of one of the rooms.
Welcome to the head museum. I'm Leonard Nimoy. Spock? Hey!
Did you really?
Huh, what?
Did you just call him Leonard?
Leonard. That's what it says. Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard.
Fuck off. I don't know how to read, okay? Shut up.
Rip.
Spock? Hey, do the thing.
He does the Vulcan salute from Star Trek. Nimoy chuckles.
I don't do that anymore. This is unbelievable. You had to do all day. Share our wisdom with those who seek it. It's a life of dignity.
I apologize. Enter a woman. Feeding time! She shakes a box of what looks like fish food over the jar. Nimoy eats what comes out. The door opens and Fry turns around. Enter Leela, Smitty, and Earl. She looks around and sees Fry and Binder. She sees Fry and Bender hiding behind a shelf in amongst other assorted heads.
I'm sorry, Fry, but I have to install your career chip. Yeah, well, if you're sorry, why are you doing it? It's my job. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Fry backs away and hits the shelf with the heads of U.S. presidents on it. Richard Nixon's head falls off. The jar smashes. That's it. You just made my list. He jumps up and starts biting Fry's arm.
Ow! Stop it! Down, boy! Bad president!
Bender tries to pull Nixon's head off.
All right, brother, step away from the head.
Fry and Bender put their hands up. I'm gonna get 24th century on his ass. They turn on their lightsabers and start to hit Fry.
Please, officers, there's no need to use force.
Let us handle this weirdie. He hits Bender.
Oh, come on. He's just a poor kid from the stupid ages. Keep your big nose out of this, eyeball. No one makes fun of my nose.
She kicks Smitty and Earl. Fry and Bender run off and hide in a room. Damn.
You guys are totally out of control. It's our job. We're police officers.
Yeah, you know the law. You gotta do what you gotta do. Leela considers this. Scene. Head Museum. Hall of Criminals. Bender locks the door. Oh, we're trapped! Fry looks to the end of the room. There's a window with bars across it.
Wait a second. You're a bender, right? We can get out of here if you just bend the bars.
Dream on, Skin Tube. I'm only programmed to bend for constructive purposes. Will I look like a D-bender?
Who cares what you're programmed for? If someone programmed you to jump off a bridge, would you do it?
I'll have to check my program. Yep. From outside.
Oh, shit.
Leela from outside.
Come on, Bender. It's up to you to make your own decisions in life. That's what separates people and robots from animals. And animal robots.
You're full of crap, Fry. He turns and a dangling wire catches on his antenna and electrocutes him. You make a persuasive argument, Fry. He starts to bend the bars.
Come on, Bender. You can do it.
I can't do it. The bars bend and break off completely. Did you say something else?
I said yes. Did it not pick up?
Oh, okay. It did not pick up. Sorry.
Or rather, oh yes.
You're right, Fry. From now on, I'm going to bend what I want, when I want, who I want. I'm unstoppable. His arms fall off, but he manages to somehow reattach them without any help.
I don't know how you did that.
Leela kicks the door open. Fry and Bender dive out through the window. Cut to outside Head Museum. Fry runs off and Bender bends the bars back so Leela can't climb through. He runs after Fry and Leela reaches out through the bars.
Wait.
Shouting, "No thanks!" Cut to alley. Fry and Bender stop at a dead end. There's a drain below them. I'm sorry, I just know what's gonna happen, so it's just like reading these is just awesome. Fry and Bender stop at a dead end. There's a drain below them with a grate over the top. Looks like one of us will have to bend this grate. He flexes his fingers, but Fry just lifts it. Bender groans. Ugh. And they climb down the ladder. He reaches back up to the grate and bends it just for the hell of it. He chuckles and falls Fry. Scene. Ruins of old New York. Fry and Bender step off the ladder and look over the vast ruins of the city that looks like the city from beneath the Planet of the Apes. Collapsed buildings and rubble litter the streets, and holes in the roof let in a few shafts of light.
Good Lord, what is this?
It's the decaying ruins of old New York. Welcome home, pal. Time lapse. Fry and Bender walk down a ruined street.
My old neighborhood. Man, this brings back a lot of memories.
Keep 'em to yourself, Pops. Cut to ruins of Rockefeller Center skating rink. Fry leans over a wall.
This is where I brought my girlfriend on our very first date.
Flashback. Fry skates with Michelle on the crowded ice. Flashback ends. The ice is gone, replaced with murky green waters inhabited by a green tentacled creature.
My God, she's gone. Everyone I ever knew or cared about is gone.
Wait, there's someone you know. He points at Leela standing with her implant gun.
Oh, you can't leave me alone. I'm miserable enough already. Look, I know it's not much consolation, but I understand how you feel. No, you don't. I've got no home, no family.
No friends?
My whole world is gone. You can't possibly understand what it feels like to be so alone. I understand. I'm the only one-eyed alien on this whole planet. My parents abandoned me here as a baby, and I don't even know what galaxy they're from. I know how it feels to be alone. Look, Leela, I don't understand this world, but you obviously do, so I give up. If you really think I should be a delivery boy, I'll do it.
He holds out his hand to Leela. She gets the implant gun ready. Fry cringes and looks away. The gun clicks, but Fry feels nothing. He opens his eyes and sees Leela drop her own chip on the floor.
Your chip? What are you doing? Why? Because I always wanted to. I didn't never realized it before I met you.
She puts her hand on his and smiles. Bender puts his hand on top.
What's the matter with you?
Bender quickly takes his hand off it. I just want to be part of the moment.
Hey, he stole my ring!
Sorry. He hands Leela's ring back. Well, that solves the mystery of the missing ring. It calls for a drink. He reaches into his chest cabinet and pulls out 3 bottles of beer and drinks them all himself.
I don't want to spoil the party, but we're all job deserters now. We're unemployed and we have nowhere to go. Correction. We're unemployed, but we have a doddering old relative to mooch off of.
He holds up the picture of Farnsworth, seeing Planet Express headquarters lounge. Professor Farnsworth is asleep in his chair. The TV is on. On TV.
Hello, I'm Dick Clark's Head. Welcome to a special 3000 edition of New Year's Rockin' Eve.
The crowds around him cheer. The doorbell rings, and Farnsworth wakes up. Cut to outside Planet Express. Farnsworth opens the door to Fry, Bender, and Leela. Who are you?
I'm your dear old Uncle Fry.
I don't have an Uncle Fry. You do now. He pushes Farnsworth back inside. Scene, Planet Express lounge. Farnsworth and Fry are hooked up to a machine. It dings and a red light flashes. My God! I am your nephew. This is absolutely incredible. Can we have some money? Oh my no. Scene. Planet Express Farnsworth's lab. The 4 walk in. Let me show you around. That's my lab table. And this is my work stool. And over there is my intergalactic spaceship. He points in the general direction of a big green spaceship in a huge hangar next to the lab. And here's where I keep assorted lengths of wire. He opens the drawer, but Fry is more interested in what's in the hangar.
Whoa! A real life spaceship!
I designed it myself. Let me show you some of the different lengths of wire I used. From outside.
Attention, job deserters. Come out with your hands up. We have you partially surrounded.
Leela gasps.
No!
Bender literally shits a brick. Cut to outside Planet Express. Smitty holds Nixon's head in a jar. The glass is cracked and taped in places. Get those bums! Cut to Planet Express, Farnsworth's lab. Well, we're boned.
Ship?
Repeat.
We get on the ship?
I suppose it is technically possible, though I am already in my pajamas. They run towards the ship with Bender carrying Farnsworth under his arm. Scene, ship's cockpit. Fry runs in and sits in the seat in front of a control panel.
I'll get us out of here.
He presses a few buttons and pulls a lever. A little hatch opens in the control panel. A paper cup comes down and the machine fills it with coffee. Can anyone drive a stick?
As long as I don't have to parallel park.
She takes off her coat, sits in the pilot's seat, and pushes down a lever. Cut to Planet Express hangar. Klaxons beep and a huge piece of machinery lifts the ship to a 45-degree angle. The entire hangar roof retracts, so it is open for the ship. Cut to outside Planet Express. Peace officers armed with laser rifles are stationed outside. Earl sees the roof open. If they try to take off, give them an ass full of laser. Smitty nods. Cut to ship's cockpit.
Prepare for liftoff. 10,
Cut to Times Square chanting.
9.
9. Cut to Egypt. The future pyramids now rotate in midair, chanting. Amania. Cut to Paris, chanting.
7.
7. Cut to alien ship, chanting in alien. Cut to applied cryogenics freezer room. Lou sits in an open pod and Terry raises a glass. Dramatically.
5.
Cut to head museum. Leonard Nimoy is wearing a party hat.
4.
Cut to ship's cockpit. Fry, Bender, and Farnsworth are sat on a couch at the front of the cockpit. 3, 2. He is so tense that he rips the arms off the couch.
Blast off.
Cut to outside Planet Express. The ship takes off. Cut to Times Square. People cheer in the new millennium and fireworks explode all over the city. 3,000 is projected onto the moon and the ship flies between the fireworks. Cut to outside Planet Express. Fire! Fire! The peace officers fire their laser guns randomly into the air.
I can't see nothing. Pretty though.
The altitude of the ship increases and laser bolts narrowly miss it. Cut to ship's cockpit. The ship clears New York airspace, flies through the atmosphere, and heads through the solar system. Everyone cheers. Yay!
So, I guess without jobs, we'll be fugitives forever.
Not necessarily. Are you three, by any chance, interested in becoming my new spaceship crew? New crew? What happened to the old crew? Oh, those poor sons of... But that's not important. The important thing is I need a new crew. Anyone interested?
Yes! That's exactly the job I've always wanted. We offer, Professor, but we don't have the proper career ships.
Oh, that won't be a problem. As luck would have it, I saved the chips from my previous crew. He empties the career chips out of an envelope marked contents of Space Wasp's stomach.
Awesome. Are we gonna fly through space fighting monsters and teaching alien women to lurve?
If by that you mean transporting cargo, then yes. It's a little home business I started to fund my research.
Cool. What's my job gonna be?
You will be responsible for ensuring that the cargo reaches its destination. The smile fades from Fry's face.
So, gonna be a delivery boy.
Exactly. Beat.
All right, I'm a delivery boy.
He waves his hands in the air, and the ship flies on. Closing credits. All of that, and you still become a delivery boy.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I would like to thank anybody, if anybody did watch. We will be attempting this again in 2 weeks. So I will be posting signups in my Discord. Go ahead and click on that link if you want to join. Ness, what did you think of?
That was really fun. I can't tell if I had more fun because I was drinking, but I'm just gonna make the safe assumption that is the case. Regardless, that was a lot more fun than I had anticipated. That was great. Apologies for my epic brain farts where I forgot what character I was voicing.
That's fine. I mean, this is new, so it's gonna get some taking used to. There were points where I was like, I had to like double check my list, and I'm like, no, I don't have a line for a while. You had a lot of lines together, honestly, so you did well in terms of that.
I had a ton of fun.
All right, well, again, signups will be posted in a little bit tonight. I may or may not be back on streaming later tonight, but if not, I will definitely be back on tomorrow, and I will catch you guys then. It's a 1 p.m. Rocksmith. I can't even remember the name of it, and it's on my OBS. It's a Rocksmith stream at 1 Eastern. So if I don't see you guys tonight, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good